It's time for ASD, and we're reading the Bible. And that's what we're doing every morning. So, Marcos. Kasi ASD eh. So, ang salita ng Diyos. Marcos, Kapitulo 12, versikulo 41 hanggang 44. So, Mark chapter 12, verse 41 to 44. This is the last part of Mark chapter 12. Ito na yung huling parte, pero hindi ito nagpapahuli dahil napakasarap basahin ito. Ganda nito. Guys, napakaganda nito. Ang laki ng pahinga. Napakalaking pahinga ang pagkakaloob nitong mga verses na to. So, basahin natin in Tagalog. So, may title dito sa application, dito sa app, mobile app na ginagamit ko, which is YouVersion. So, nung dinownload ko yung ASD, may mga title siya. So, dito sa babasahin natin, ang title niya, Ang Kaloob ng Biyuda. The Widow's Offering. So, may parallel verses po siya sa Luke chapter 21, verse 1 to 4. Pero babasahin nga natin Mark. Mark chapter 12, verse 41 to 44. So, verse 41. Umupo si Jesus malapit sa lagayan ng mga kaloob, offering. We could call it tight box today. Umupo si Jesus malapit sa lagayan ng mga kaloob doon sa templo at pinagmasdan ang mga taong naghuhulog ng pera. For offering. Maraming mayayaman ang naghulog ng malaking halaga. 42. Lumapit din ang isang mahirap na byuda at naghulog ng 2 pirasong barya. Tingnan nyo. Mamaya pa-explain natin kung ano yung ibig sabihin ko ng pahinga dito. 43. Tinawag ni Jesus ang mga alagad niya at sinabi, Sinasabi ko sa inyo ang totoo. Verily, verily, I say you the truth. I tell you the truth. Sinasabi ko sa inyo ang totoo. Mas malaki ang ibinigay ng byuda. Mas malaki ang ibinigay ng byudang iyon kaysa sa lahat ng nagbigay. So what the widow offers is way heavier than the other offering coming from the rich people. But the widow offers only 2 coins. Some could offer 100 coins. Some rich man could offer 1,000 coins. Some could offer 10,000 coins. But the widow only offered 2 coins. Let's keep on reading. 44. Bakit mas mahalaga pa ang pinagkaloob, ang inialay ng biyudang babae? Verse 44. Sapagkat silang lahat ay nagbigay lamang ng bahagi ng kanilang kayamanan. Ngunit ang biyuda ay nagbigay sa kabila ng kanyang kahirapan. Ibinigay niya ang lahat ng kanyang ikinabubuhay. If you can see here, the poor woman, which is widow, gave her everything. Meaning not clinging to the world, not clinging on the material things that she has. She offered it. She offered her heart. The other people, rich people, offer what they could spare. But the poor woman, the widow, offered her heart. Because even though she needs those 2 coins for her to live, probably for her to feed herself at least a day or 2 or 3, or let's say 1 week, I don't know. But she still offers it to the Lord. She didn't offer that 2 coins. She offered her heart. So why is it comforting? Why is it giving rest and peace, JB? Why did you say that? Bakit mo nasabi? Paano mo nasabi yon? Bakit mo nasabi? Paano mo nasabi? There are times it's hard. It's really, really hard to offer to God. Because we're reading it incorrectly. Or we're understanding it incorrectly. God doesn't need our money. God doesn't need that 2 coins from that widow woman. God doesn't need it. God is just trying to, not to see, because He knows already, He's omniscient. God is just showing to the people who's giving their hearts and who's not. So, why is it comforting? Why does it have rest and peace? If you offer your heart, whatever you offer to God, if it's coming from the heart, that's the thing that matters. It doesn't matter how much it is. It doesn't matter. Again, that God doesn't need it. Now, the things that you could offer, if it's coming from the heart, mind you, if it's coming from the heart, without regrets, without clinging unto it, without holding onto it, meaning, all right, Lord, this is not my money, this is yours. I'm going to offer it to you. I'm going to give back. You're going to provide to me anyways. So the meaning of provide is what I need, you know. And you feed the birds, the fowls of the earth. And you clothe the grass. What more am I that you really love? So I trust you. Here's my heart trusting you. This is what I have. And coming from the heart that is deceitful, but surrendered and transformed, this is my offering unto you. This is not much in worldly standard. In human's point of view, this is not much. But I know you're not looking at it, but you're looking at this. So this one, medyo maigsi ito. Kasi obvious to. Di na kailangan i-elaborate ng gusto. Grabe. Ito mo. Lapit kayo. Mga alagad. Disciples, lapit kayo. Kita niyo yung mayaman. Lalaki ng mga ino-offer nila doon sa tithe box or doon sa offering box, right? Pero kita niyo yung widow na yan. Nag-offer siya ng 2 coins. Pero alam niyo ba, yung in-offer niya ay higit pa sa in-offer ng mayayaman. Teka muna, guro, bakit? 2 coins lang yun eh. Yung ibang offer, mas marami. Bakit? Paano mo nasabi, Lord? Kasi in-offer niya yung heart niya. And that is more important than money. Alright, I'm just gonna let you go with that. Ponder on it. Try to dig deeper. Try to be skeptical. Try to check God's heart. This is part of the gospel. The good news of God. Kaya nga sabi ng Panginoon, mas mahirapan pa pumasok sa kaharian ng langit ang mayaman kaysa sa kamelyo. Kasi yung kamelyo walang hidden malice. Pero yung tao meron. Pagka yung mayaman nakayakap sa pera, ang Diyos niya ang pera. Yung pera hindi masama. Pero yung puso ng tao na nagdadrive dun sa pera, kailangan mo i-surrender yan kay Lord. That's the verse is telling. You need to surrender it to me. It couldn't be perfect, holy, and righteous, your heart, if you're unable to surrender it to me. You will try to make it perfect, holy, and righteous, but you will fail for sure, 100%. JB, how could you say, are you God? No. It's been 2026 years ago. It's been 2026 years already. But no one was able to be perfect, holy, and righteous by their own merits, by their own works, by their obedience, by them keeping the law, the whole law. Alright, I think that's it. Next nito, basa naman tayo ng a Bible study naman, 5 different versions. Pero iba naman kasi yon, so papakawalan ko na kayo. So God bless you, keep safe, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Bye for now.